Well, this is going to be a quick video today, and it's going to be a viewer request, and they've asked about Prince Fazza. So let's see how that goes. Hey, I'm Mark, and this is my journey through tarot. Come on. So, Crown Prince Fazza, a very exotic story, and apparently some feel like, or maybe the story's out, that he was forced to marry a cousin rather than his real, true love. So we're just going to do a quick draw on that, maybe 6, maybe 10 cards, we'll see. Prince Fazza, what is the story behind that love story? So this was viewer request, and this viewer, your name is Mega Selviana. Got it. At the end of this video, you're going to see I really struggle with pronouncing that name, and I apologize. But you've asked regarding Prince Fazza, and I'm going to use this Line Strider tarot, which is very interesting. And if you like this tarot, stay toward the end of the video, and I'll tell you more about it. This book, pretty cool. The artist is from here in Seattle, as a matter of fact. But anyway, so yeah, Mega wants to know, you know, he was forced to marry his cousin, apparently, she says, and maybe that's a little bit of the opinion. And so has he been able to marry his true love? I believe he has 2 wives now, and I think those princes and kings may end up with a number of wives. And so is he able to get his true love by his side after all? And we'll just ask about that. So Prince Fazza, your true love, have you been able to resolve that, really get the person you love by your side? But before we do anything, before we do too much, let's just have a moment right now of meditation. Okay, Prince Fazza, pretty cool prince apparently. I don't think there's too much controversy around him, you know, other than the fact that he's an Arab prince of that part of the world anyway. And so Prince Fazza, you married your cousin apparently. Some think it was an arranged marriage, I suppose. Maybe a majority of those marriages are arranged marriages. I know nothing about what I'm talking about. But is there some longing? Are you missing whoever your true love may be? Are you content in the marriage that you have? Let's see just what the cards have to say about the prince's love life right now. 2 cards fall out. That's going to be the 3 of Swords, which is a broken heart, and the Ace of Swords, which is truth and justice. So that's pretty interesting. We're talking about love. You get the 3 of Swords, which is a broken heart, and we get the Ace of Swords, which is you know, truth and justice will out. So interesting that those should come up. I'm shocked. I'm not as gobsmacked now after having done this for a few years when these coincidental cards come out that have so much meaning to what the reading is or what the question is. But in the beginning, I mean, it actually would send a chill up my spine, some of the cards that would come out to the questions. They're just so on point rather. So let's do 3 cards quickly. Prince Fazza, did you marry your true love? Let's see what those 3 cards say, and then we'll do a larger read after that. Did you marry your true love? The Emperor. Well, the Emperor is the person who tells us, listen, this is how this thing's going to go. This would be his dad. This is the monarchy that he's in, if that's what that's called in that part of the world. But the Emperor is saying, you know, this is the way this is going to go. Did you marry your true love? The next card is the Knight of Cups. Cups are emotions and compassion, and this prince apparently is the love sickened knight. Okay, this is kind of a heart-rendering card for the question that we have. The Knight of Cups. You would think of the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Hearts. Cups would be like hearts in a regular playing deck. So the Queen of Hearts, or this would be the Knight of Hearts right here. And that's a very interesting card to come up in this question. And then the last card, did you marry your true love? And it's justice. So swords are truth, justice, rules, and law. There's a balance that has to be weighed here. And so the last card for this little bit here is justice. So does that mean there'll be a karmic justice where he will finally be able to have that true love by his side, or that this was the justice in the marriage that he has now? Did you marry your true love? Well, this Emperor says this was directed. The Knight of Cups says he is the Knight of Hearts, okay, the Knight of Emotion, and the Knight will never stop fighting for what their remit is, and his is Cups, Hearts, Emotion, Passion, and then the end is justice. So I think in the end there will be justice somehow, and we have to remember in that part of the world and those sort of arrangements and that kind of a monarchy, this type of arrangement is not uncommon. And he could have gotten some counsel from his father, or just have known in his heart that there would be some sort of something in the end that would help him to cope with, if in fact he did marry someone who wasn't actually his really true love, but he might have that person by his side. So 6 cards to get this started. If it seems like we need more, we'll do more. Remember that I'm going to talk about these cards at the end, give you some more detail on them. They're beautiful cards, and you'll see more of them. And also, if you haven't subscribed, if you would subscribe, if you can subscribe, if you're able to subscribe, it's free, it doesn't hurt you, and it certainly helps me. So I hope you're able to do that. So Prince Fazza, what about your marriage, your marriages, your love, and your heart? Okay, the Magician. Beautiful card to be the signifier for this read. The Magician is the person in the pack, that in the Arcana, who has all the tools available to them to make a thing happen. So I think this has to remind us that he is in a magical place in as far as how he's growing up and what's ruling his life. So he has the power of the Magician. The challenge to that is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups are celebrations, really. Again, cups are passions and emotion, and the Cups cards can always remind you of hearts. So the Three of Cups, this indicates there's 3 people involved in this situation here where there's love circling around. It sounds like the Prince and 2 wives. That's the challenge to the Magician, accomplishing this perfect arrangement. And then I've just turned off the heater under the desk because I'm a little warm. The bottom of this card is the Two of Swords. Swords are truth, justice, rules, and law. The Two of Swords is having to make a choice, and apparently he had to make a bit of a choice. He had to marry the appropriate person, at least the first one. In the past of this is the Ace of Cups. Again, hearts again, a great big offer of heart, of compassion, of passion, but that's in the past. So this looks like the love that had to be put aside, actually, to me. And it's a feline that's represented in that Ace of Cups, which is pretty significant too when you think that feminine energy had to be put aside for the past, for that moment. In the sky of this is the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is victory. So what does this tell me? This is beautiful. This tells me that in his love life, victory will be the one that wins. Wands are actions, plans, forward movement. And then the final outcome for Prince Fazza and his love life, what does it tell us? The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is actions. Wands are actions, plans, forward movement. The Queen of Wands is also that feminine energy that says, I have a plan. Maybe this is his true love, who he wasn't able to marry at first, but understands that she has a plan. She has something to do, and she knows that she will reign in some way. Next to the king, as one of his queens, I suppose you could say. If not actually, then in a ethereal way. So lovely cards again for the prince and his loves. He is the magician. He has the magic that it takes to make things happen in his life. And he's shown that with his poetry and with his many interests. The Three of Cups are three people involved in a passionate, heartfelt, compassionate celebration. The bottom of this is the whole things that choices have to be made regarding rules and law. And then that's the base of the reading. In the past was this Ace of Cups, this feline, great big heart. Okay, that it had to be put in the past for the moment. In the sky of this with the Six of Wands, victory will out. It's what you're aiming for. You want the victory of having the person you love close to you. And in the final outcome, we have this Queen of Wands, and this looks like she has made her appearance. And if she's not there, she will be. So I thank you for that question. It was a beautiful question to read on, and I enjoyed that very much, actually. Thank you, viewer. And let's see, your name is Mega Selviana. We'll settle on that. Hope you like the read. If you tell me what you want me to read, I'll read on that. Hey, I'm going to show you the cards now. Okay, so these cards are just the latest thing, I believe. So this is by the artist is Ciolo Thompson, and this is called the Line Strider Tarot, the Line Strider Tarot. It comes in a great box, and it's got some beautiful imagery on the outside of the box and a nice little introduction back here. I like this. Is Body, Mind, and Spirit Tarot. So very interesting. But the box itself is one of the cool magnetic snaps. It's beautiful. It's got a nice glossy finish. It really feels like a precious stationery would come in here. The book is amazing quality. I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but like each one of these pages is there's really good quality. The book is full color, and it's interesting here because it talks just a little bit about Ciolo Thompson. And I'll just tell you very quickly that she's a self-taught visual artist, and she lives in the Seattle, Washington area. And so this is her first deck. So the first published deck anyway. And then over here she's talking about this was a journey for her, and the Line Strider deck has got a lot of animal imagery, and that it brings in some tarot images from her childhood. Now she grew up where? She grew up she was born in Western Samoa, and then she also lived in Bolivia, and so she has an amazing childhood, and brought a lot of attention to the cards. So there we go. The book is fantastic. The cards themselves are also pretty amazing, but I mean, they're a gentle spirit. They're a good quality of card. They're stiff, they're slicky, but they don't cause a problem. They shuffle really well, and so they're just great. And then they're very easy to interpret, and the reason is that each card really tells you right there what's on the card. Okay, so you don't have to just rely on the imagery, but if you really look at what's drawn on there, it's pretty amazing. I mean, and then you start to wonder, why did she allot this animal for this particular divination? So the beautiful cards, good suggestions in the book how to use them, and I just lay them out like this so you have a chance to look at more than just the few cards that reader pulls out when we're doing our shtick. And then maybe you might decide you like the cards, or if you don't get to see a lot of cards. I know when I was just watching this stuff on YouTube, I wanted to see more cards than I was seeing. So there we go. Well, coming back tomorrow, I'll be doing it all again. So ciao for now. You really make a big difference. Thank you.